Hey guys, this is Charlie and welcome back to my channel. This video has been a long time coming. The last time we were going to film this video was approximately 6 months ago. So this is kind of a introduction to this girl Q&A. Yeah. So let's get started. First of all, what's your name?
Peyton. Ow. That hurt.
Anyway, so I actually have literally, it was from August 20th at 12:41 a.m. was when I screenshotted these. It was kind of questions for us. So, how did y'all become friends? So,
That's a good question.
let me preface this by saying I'm in a sorority. I was in a sorority with a girl named Lacey, and her name is Sydney. Okay? So get that all prefaced and go.
Well, Sydney went to high school with me, and I was on my way back from Nashville, and Sydney texts me and says, "Hey, do you want to go to this church event with me on this certain date?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." So we did. I met her there, and I walked in with my other friends, a couple of my other friends, but I saw Sydney sitting like a couple rows in front of me. So I texted my mom. I don't even know if you know this part, but I texted my mom and I was like, "Hey, would it be rude of me to leave my other friends and go sit with Sydney?" And Mom said, "No, just let them know." And I said, "Okay." So I told my friend, I was like, "Hey, I'm going to go sit with Sydney." She was like, "Okay," because she also graduated with me and we were all friends. But so I walked up to Sydney, and Sydney was kind of like merged within the seats because they were all worshiping. And so I said, "Sydney, do you have a seat for me?" And she said, "Yeah, it's right here beside me." And poor Charlie was like worshiping within that seat. And so I just like grabbed her and moved her down a seat. And then we started chit-chatting and talking. And then after church, we all talked and chit-chatted. And here we are, 6.5 months later.
A year and a half later, dummy.
Oh, yeah. That was 24.
Anyway, okay, so my side of the story, not as deep, but I mean, I was just there with my sorority friends at the time.
Sorry.
And so Sydney was like, "Hey, save a seat. We might have someone come with us. We might not." I was like, "Okay." I asked her before service, "Hey, we have that girl coming?" She goes, "No." I said, "Okay." So it's like back and forth between how to say the spot, don't say the spot.
And now you understand.
Anyway, so she literally, she's not joking when she says
I literally grabbed her and I moved her down.
shifted me down, and I was like, "Okay, where do you want to be in the next 3 years?"
Oh, heck.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
What my brain think?
So, in the next 3 years, I want to obviously graduate college. Right now, it is February, almost March of 2026. Hoping to be graduated by May of 27, for about a year. And then I either want to, I don't know if I want to stay, like, in Alabama, or if I want to go to, like, Tennessee or Texas. But, like, kind of starting my professional career in event planning, and hopefully have a boyfriend. If this certain man would make up his mind and come to conclusion that I'm the one for him, then it would be great. But
I
yeah.
just completely zoned down.
So,
Sorry,
what do
sorry.
you hope to be doing in the next 3 years?
The next 3 years, I will probably still be working where I am right now. Don't want to be. I want to move on to bigger and better things and figure out what the heck I want to do with my life, but we haven't found that track yet. How old will I be in 3 years? 27? 28?
3 years from today, you'll be 27.
3 years from today, I'll be 27. I mean, I would preferably like to be either engaged and or married by 28, so hopefully going down that track.
If certain people would come to their
Certain people
senses.
make up their mind.
How did you get your banner/balloon business started?
Solid question. So I had the bright idea for a long time. For probably, I don't know, a year and 3 months at least. After meeting her and her creative brain, I was like, you know what, we could do something together. But then I never decided to tell her about it until like, what? How long have we had this business?
A year-ish.
Yeah, like,
So like in January.
yeah, roughly last January. So I decided to tell her 6 months into our friendship that I've been thinking of something for 3 months of our friendship. And she was like, okay,
I was
let's
like,
do
why didn't you tell me sooner? Like, you know, like I'm going into event planning. Like, and so we have a banner, balloon, and event planning business, and she.
My dad's always told me he wants me to be able to find something and him be able to invest into it for me, and then be able to run it and not be able to work.
Yeah.
Be able to just run it and not
Be able to work, but.
have people work for me.
Yeah. And so
Rather
I've been
than
kind of
me
trying to help
actually doing all the
her
work.
figure out her purposes and what she wants to do with her life. So, those are all of those questions. Now, we're going to go on to the Get to Know Me tag. What time do you go to bed?
Ha. On a work day, I try to be in the bed by, what, 10:45, 11?
Yeah, 10:30.
Between 10 and 11.
Yeah,
I don't
Keyword.
go
in bed.
in bed.
Not
because I
asleep.
don't go to sleep till probably, depends on the day. It really does. Last
Yeah.
night I went to bed at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I go to bed, try to get in bed like by midnight. I go to bed between like 1 and 2. Some days it's earlier, some days it's later. It's a whole thing.
What is your favorite holiday?
Christmas. What about you?
Christmas. Well, I hate birthdays, so I don't consider my birthday being a holiday. She loves birthdays on the other
I do.
on the other side. I despise them.
Okay.
But yes, Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Okay.
Somebody walking in front of my house.
What is your funniest memory from high school?
There's a bunch of them. Mind you, my high school, I didn't have any girlfriends. All of my friends were guys. So
You had girlfriends, but you were closer.
I was closer to all the guys than I was the girls.
Let's see. What was that shit to you?
Actually, the story's about Ashton. She fell in the
Ella.
fire pit. So we were at a fire, a bonfire, and it was me and Ashton and Minges at the moment. We're standing there talking, and
The
Ashton
camera.
is half hammered, by the way. She, sitting there talking with her back to the fire, and like trips and falls over her feet backwards into the fire and just sits there. And I was like, Ashton, are you not going to get up? And she was like, yeah, I need like 4 guys to help me stand up. And so I got my 4 guys, or my 4 closest guy friends, to literally pick her up and get the blanket that was on me to whack her with it to get the flames off of her. So she didn't die.
She's still alive.
She's still alive. Love her to death.
Mine is either student section or talent show. Pick.
That was my jaw that popped 7 times.
Student section or talent show?
Talent show.
Okay. So every year for homecoming week, we have this thing called the homecoming talent show, and it basically anybody can audition. And so we had bands, we had dancers, we had singers, we had majorettes, we had, any kind of talent. And so I chose to dance. And so I auditioned, whatever. And then our choir director, he was in charge of it. And he told me, he was like, yeah, you're the first one to go. I was like, huh? So, there's 2 talent shows. There was like one for freshmen and sophomores and one for juniors and seniors. It was just back to back. And so I started off the entire show by myself, dancing in front of my high school. We had 1,600 kids-ish.
I graduated with 80.
Yeah. Dancing in front of about 800 kids. And it was, everyone was just like, good job, like, I didn't care. And then the student section story is, I was always on the field, taking pictures for yearbook and stuff, and so one year, it was either my freshman or sophomore year, I was on the field, and I was like behind the end zone with the majorettes, because I was a JV majorette in middle school, and I just was taking pictures and trying to get a big student section shot, and all of a sudden, the entire student section, which was probably, I don't know, a couple hundred kids, started chanting my name. For whatever reason. I don't know. So I just started laughing because I was like, why are they screaming my name? But that tells you kind of who I was in high school.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be?
Ooh. I think you know the answer. But
I probably do, but these people...
either Nashville or like Texas, Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth, kind of like, yeah. I don't know.
If I could live anywhere, where would it be?
Yeah.
I would live in probably Franklin, Tennessee, because I don't want to be so close to Nashville.
That's what I was going to say, like the outskirts of Nashville.
Or not necessarily Dallas, but close-ish to Dallas, Texas.
That's what I meant, like.
Or Florida.
I want to live close enough to a big city where, like,
you can go whenever you want.
Yeah, for, like, the concerts and all the conventions and stuff, but, like, far enough away where it's, like, small town vibes.
Small town USA vibes.
Small town USA.
Oh, that's a good one.
What are your life goals?
Have a good working job. Be married
Good
and have
paying job
kids.
or good working job?
Good paying job. Be married and have kids. And live in the barndominium I'm going to build when time comes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's, I want to be a successful event planner. So planning extravagant events wherever I am, whether that be in Texas or Tennessee. I want to live on a bunch of land with 4-wheelers and side-by-sides and golf carts and pigs and horses and cows and...
I don't want no pigs. Actually, I can kill them and make bacon. So
and then, obviously, I want to be married and have a husband, and I want to be a mom. That's kind of one of my biggest life goals, is being a mom. So I feel like I always take care of my friends, whether they want me to or not.
Be me.
But, yeah. Who do you look up to most?
My dad.
Why?
Because he is successful and he is what I want in my future. He's successful. He's got a wife. Obviously, it's my mother. Wait, besides the point. Anyway, he has kids. Me.
2 of them.
2 of them. He's living his best life. Like I said, when back to us doing this business, he has a business. Yes, he could.
It's franchising, but okay.
Huh?
Oh.
Same thing. He runs a business, yet he could just stop at any moment and the business would still run because he has so many people that are beside him / with him, under him.
Yeah.
That he could just say, hey, do this, this, and this, and they would.
Yeah.
So, it'll be my father.
If you could be, like, one person, who would you be?
Like, on Earth?
Like, I'll go first. So, like, I want to be, like, Chloe Holiday. It's kind of weird because she's my friend. But, like, my friend Chloe Holiday. She was a Crimsonette. She has a nursing degree. But also she's the Tennessee Titans' first majorette. She has not clothing company, but she has a company named Extra by Chloe. She is a God-fearing woman. She has a husband who draws her more to God, but also, like, is there and is goofy, and, like, they can be kids together, but they're also, like, mature adults. And I kind of want to, like, make my own thing. And then, I don't know. I just love her, and she's, no matter, she was a Tennessee Titans majorette this year, and she came to an Alabama football game, and I was like, Chloe? And she goes, oh, hey, girl! And we're just talking to her about majorette stuff and wedding planning stuff, and so, yeah, like, something like that. Like, who do you look up to? Yeah, your dad, but, like, if you could be anybody like that, who would you?
George Strait. It's a weird answer. I'm aware. But yeah.
Interesting. Alright, well, that's going to end it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Kind of a little introduction into Peyton. Not the last of her we'll be seeing. Yeah, it is.
Hey, bye!
No, but it's not the last of her or us you'll see. She'll be in multiple different videos. We may or may not have a fun project coming up. So, thank you guys for our project, and I'll see you next time. Peace.